What's up, guys? Who needs some meta here with more Jankmas. This is probably the worst deck that I could think of. Thank you to our friend Joey for letting us borrow a lot of his Dark Magician related cards, and then the bulk comments being able to find the rest of the deck. It's just laying in tins. It's not a very good deck, but it is funny, and it lets you play the series mascot, so it's kind of cool. And it isn't completely terrible. I thought the deck might have been a little better. I went 2-1 at locals one time.
I was going to say, you had a positive record.
I had a positive record at locals, yeah, and I played against real decks every time, which was weird. I played against, GB, and I played against, Welladad and stuff. I was like, this is weird. I have, a real deck. And no, it's not a real deck. It's just that people don't know how to play against it. But once they do, it sucks.
Sack factor, though.
Oh, yeah, sack factor, yeah. So I eventually decided to lean into just, Eradicator burn rather than trying to do fancy stuff with Knight's Title, because that was way better. And that ended up working out. 2 Dark Magician. You need this to send with Prisma to make Prisma Dark Magician to summon any of your guys. Of course, you have the Dark Magician Knight, which is going to be summoned off of Knight's Title. All it does is pop a card when it's summoned. That's it.
That's
it. You're not really doing too much with it, but it is a way to just do jank stuff and try and burn for a game. The main way we're accomplishing doing that is with Dark Eradicator Warlock. We're just playing a crap ton of normal spells. I think it's 17.
Yeah, there's a lot. 17
normal spells. We side deck a bunch of normal spells. So you try and burn them for a bunch. So the main play is really summon this guy. Activate Swing of Memories or something to summon Dark Magician. That's a burn. So that's 6k you've done. And then if you just play 2 normal spells, doesn't matter what they are, that's 8k total. So it's 25 for 5k, and then 3 normal spells, one of which being the Swing. And that's what gets you there. So that's kind of the whole Dark Magician lineup. It's not great, but it works.
It exists.
Of course, we have 1 copy of Stratos because we're playing Prisma. So 3 Stratos to search, and then 1 Stratos to search are 3 Prismas. These are going to be the main way to send Dark Magician. If we draw Dark Magician, these are kind of dead. There's nothing you can really do about it. So in order to introduce an alternate win condition to the deck, and because we play so many spells, it makes sense to play a couple copies of Diamond Dude. So you don't want to do Prisma when you can't do anything with the Dark Magician. It's completely pointless. You could okay, send Dark Magician. It's unless you have Swing or unless you have Call or some way to, or one of the guys, the Eradicator or the Knight's Title, it's pointless to do anything with it, and you're just wasting your ability to send Dark Magician later to become Dark Magician when you have combo pieces. So we went with Diamond Dude just to try and gain incremental advantage. It's really funny when you hit a Knight's Title off of it.
Oh, it's a +2.
Because you don't, you don't. So if you don't know, the Diamond Dude ignores costs, so you don't need to tribute Dark Magician, which also works with Dark Magic Attack, because you don't need to control Dark Magician to activate Dark Magic Attack, which is kind of goofy. So it works. It also it doesn't count as playing a spell card for Eradicator. It's you playing the effect of the spell card, not activating a spell card. So it doesn't burn with Eradicator. So unfortunately, it doesn't work that way. But it's still funny enough. Some support monsters, because the deck's monster count is mega tiny. These are the last 3 monsters of the deck. Cyber Dragon, essentially with Prisma, if you play against machines, you could just send this. It's an easy way to thin your deck by 1 card if you don't have anything you want to send. So if you want to summon Prisma, just get something out of your deck, you could do that. And you could also use it to contact Chaos Sorcerer, because there's a crap ton of light and darks in the deck. All the monsters are light and dark. And then Gorz, because we need a way to win games when our deck is bad, because it's a bad deck. And we need to cheese some W's.
Free dubs.
Yeah, so Gorz can win games on its own when you play against certain matchups. But yeah, it's kind of the entire monster lineup. It's very small because our spell lineup is very, very big. So we're going to go with 2 Knight's Title. So you could summon, it's hand, deck, or graveyard. So when you're summoning Dark Magician Knight, so you can use the same one over and over again as long as it doesn't get bottomless or deprisoned or anything. I was doing 3-2, and it just yeah, you just don't want to draw. You a ton of bricks that you already draw. So the goal is to not draw bricks, I guess. But I mean, you're going to.
Hitting that card with Diamond Dude feels so.
It does feel really good. I did try to play Plague Strider, so you can stack the spell and normal, but it was so ridiculously slow, it just didn't work. But that way you're guaranteed to do the right thing off Diamond Dude. 2 copies of Swing of Memories. Again, we just send Dark Magician, then we can special it, and then even if we have another guy in our hand, we could like Prisma, send it, swing, summon the other one, and then just keep doing stuff. So it's easy ways to get more of our guys out. Search power, Rhoda, double E-call, makes sense. We're just trying to get to our heroes, get to Prisma, continue our plays. And they're all normal spells, Vortex, and 2 Smash Your Guys. Again, you're playing a lot of bricks, so you don't mind playing a few discard cards. You don't want to play a ton. But yeah, it's okay playing a few of them. And again, it's a normal spell. You don't have to discard if you hit it off Diamond Dude. I was usually playing 1 Vortex Trooper instead of the 2nd Smashing Ground.
Ooh, spicy.
And I didn't like it. It's for me, it was like 3 or 0. And at that point, I was like, I don't want to commit so much space to Vortex Trooper.
Yeah.
It was like, if I just draw Dark Magician, I'm just like screwed. And I was like, just take the L, this deck's bad. Like, except the fact that this game has extreme amounts of variance. Allure of Darkness for more draws. And then, of course, 3 Upstarts. I remember I was playing against a friend at Locals, and I had Eradicator, and I activate that. He's like, it's the freest Upstart I've ever seen.
Yeah.
And so you give him 1,000, and you just burn him, so it's free. And so that's kind of why we're playing it. That, and you just need to be able to, like, draw your deck. So you need to be able
don't draw the bricks. Just be good.
You just be good. You try being good. Standard backer removal of these 2, and then this one, because this is the best one.
Yeah.
It's a Harpy's Feather Duster.
It is.
If you control Dark Magician, again, you don't have to control Dark Magician if you hit it off Diamond Dude, but it's a normal spell. There's so many ways to control Dark Magician to just do shenanigans or whatever.
Like having Prisma, sending Dark Magician, then Dark Magic attacking, and then Eradicator into a clean back row is just...
And then the only non-normal spell is 1 space. So this is your back row lineup because you need Prisma to go off or whatever. So, and it felt fun to include this card. I actually side deck another one.
It's flavorful.
Yeah, traps, there's only 7. Trap Dustshoot because it's broken. Call because we can reuse Dark Magician. This is another way to get Dark Magician out of our graveyard. A lot of fun battle phase shenanigans we could do. So essentially, you'll be able to get a free 2,500 beat stick, or if you want to get like Diamond Dude or something like that to try and hit a spell if you need to sack people. This is the other discard card, is 1 Wing Blast, just because it's a good defensive card that allows you to get some of the bricks out of your hand. Being able to like Wing Blast Dark Magician, discard it, get rid of their back row, swing in memories, attack for game is kind of fun. So, Mirror Force and 2 copies of D Prison. These are just your standard.
Keep the Prisma alive.
Yeah, keep the Prisma alive. Although in this deck, that's not super important. It's almost like keep Diamond Dude alive. But I didn't like TT because like when we play like Dark Calling, obviously you're like using Prisma over and over again. Here you're just using it one time. But you're essentially just trying to like protect Eradicator from stuff. You could play like Effect and Negation if you really want to, like Fiendish Chains. But I don't know. I just wanted to get monsters off the board. And then the last card is Solemn Judgment. Standard.
Makes a lot of sense.
Card's good. The extra deck is irrelevant because we don't play a single tuner. We don't play Brain Control. We don't play like Creature Swap. There you go. There's the whole thing. You'll never make anything else. Dark Paladin, just you don't need more than one because you're never summoning it. I mean, if you really wanted to play like Buster Blader and Future Fusion, that's like a huge meme.
Please.
That's like a huge meme. I mean, it's another brick, but like go for it, man. If you really want to summon Dark Paladin, you can say you summon a Dark Paladin, and then you play 2 Cyber Dragons, one on the main, one on the side. So, Chimeratech, and you play 3. You play like Gaia Zeris, I guess, but like again, you're never getting. You're never getting it.
Yeah, it's not happening.
It's not happening. Side deck, 4 monsters, 1 crow. It's a -1 technically, and this deck can't really go minus a lot, so drawing multiples of this card kind of screws you. The other Cyber Dragon, of course, and then 2 copies of Fossil Dyna for just preventing speedy decks from like going off. So
good card's good.
Yeah,
you can't really tribute Vanity's Fiend in this deck.
No, I mean you can, but you can't.
Yeah, it's slow.
It's slow. So, and this you can like set. So, that's always good. A lot of spells. Dark Magic Attack, the second one, because why not? It's the more back removal. It's a normal spell. We're trying to side deck normal spells. 2 copies of Soul Release. Again, more normal spells that are good against various decks like Lightsworns, Dragons, things like that. Like remove cards. 2 Null Mana Crossout. This deck actually kind of doesn't really like Raikou very much.
No.
And it's a normal spell, unless you have Knight's Title.
That's true. Then it's free.
And then it's free. More removal. The second Vortex for decks that kind of put a lot of monsters on board because you don't put a lot of monsters on board. So you have a problem with necessarily doing that. One system down, why not? It's a normal spell. So
why not?
The idea is like again against like machine decks again. It works. It does its job. And the reason like I can get away with like playing like one is because like yeah you only play one, but you play a 37 card deck that also can hit it off Diamond Dude. So you have multiple ways to get to it as opposed to just like having to like hard draw it.
Yeah.
So you can hard draw it or you can hit it. My last spell is 1 copy of My Body as a shield. It's good against like Icarus attack and like Ice Eris and stuff that like removes multiple monsters from the board. So I don't know. I like it and it's good against in certain situations. It's a quick play. You can protect your guys. So 1 dust and then 2 copies of Deck Dev because all of your guys are bigger. I went with Deck Dev over Eradicator. I mean, it doesn't matter. They both
Eradicator is so niche.
Yeah, they both like fill that same like void. If you want to do 1 and 1, if you want to do 2 of the other, it's player preference. But like they work, they do their job, they do what they need to do. But
the only situation you'd want Eradicator is if your locals was plagued with like Dragon Turbo decks. Just Eradicator, call spells, and then you win.
Yeah, but you just like normal summon Fossil Dyna, and then they have to have like Drago or something, and then you just can't get over it or whatever. So or Vortex because this deck doesn't play book. Dyna's like really good in decks that play book because if they like try and Vortex it, you could just like book it and set it, and then it's fine. And then they have to like they special summon a whole bunch. You're gonna like do whatever, so it's kind of pointless. But yeah, that's kind of the whole list. It's funny, it's fun, it exists. This is designed by my buddy Andrew way back in the day, and I was like, I think I can actually play this in paper now. So shout out to a deck that we kind of brainstormed in like 2014. It's like a meme. So thanks for watching, guys.
Merry Jankmas.